Evening. Welcome to the National Board of Comments on I'm a Rasta for Life. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend because I am. I'm having some ginger and pineapple. So, the work week is over, but I continue to work until the weekend. So, basically, that's it. So, I hope you guys are keeping safe. Social media is not a real place. So, because we know that social media is not a real place, and we know that when we tune in to social media, there's so much drama and intensity. Yes, people. That you get drawn into the intensity on social media. For example, you can get drawn in by your viewers. And you know that we as a people, especially us Jamaican people, we like excitement and drama. And when we hear ones scream out at your salvation, you grasp that and say, yes, finally, we found someone who we can worship. Finally, we can praise and worship and adore on social media. Yes, people, we are victorious when we look to man to worship. We feel great, empowered when we look to man as our salvation. Oh, yes, our salvation has come. Thank you. Thank you. We found our salvation. And we raise them up. We raise them up because we adore them. We love what they're saying. The words are so wonderful. We found our salvation. We found it in you. In you, we found it. As we continue to worship man. And as we begin to idolize and worship man as our salvation, we can turn to you. You have redeemed us. You've opened up our eyes. We can see we've been saved by you. Oh man, who we look up to. Oh man, who we idolize. Oh man, oh, we just love you. So as we move through And we see the wonderful, wonderful sheep. These little sheeps. They're just so sheepish as they trail behind the little blind shepherd with his false hopes of redemption. Oh, this is just for hype, of course, we know this. But then we will see what they don't see. And we just continue on observing, because there's going to be a lot for us to comment about on the National Board of Comments on I'm a Rasta for Life. Because then you will get to experience a full-blown episode of idol worshipping. And you'll get to see a lot of blasphemy, sacrilege, and idol worshipping. That's what you'll get to see. So we will be here to unravel all of that. Because even though we love our Creator, our Father, our God, we go by scriptures. And I am reminded of Sodom and Gomorrah, the land of salt. And Aaron was trying to, save his nephew, Lot, who was a governor there, right? But that place was also known for its nastiness and what they indulged in and what they liked, right? And when you think of Sodom and Gomorrah, even the word Sodom, it relates to that kind of dirty liberty and how ones gravitate toward it because they enjoy it and they are entertained by it and they are entertained by those who live by it. Good? But yet, when you try to open their eyes about it, they don't want to hear nothing you have to say about it. But yet they cling to their Bibles and tell you all kinds of thou must not judge and thou must not this and this, that, and that, this. And Jesus came to save everyone and so forth and so forth and so forth. But we know that is far from the truth. Because no matter what you do on earth, as much as you believe in the Christ, the Christos, he intercedes. He intercedes. But he does not have the last word. And ones don't get that. So in the case of Sodom and Gomorrah in our wonderful scriptures, no one can deny that. And when you hear Sodom and Gomorrah, you know exactly what it relates to in scriptures. In scriptures, you know what it relates to. This juice tastes good. But in real life, on the earth that we're living, it's just a story that ones don't have to adhere to, because that was many moons ago. But you have to remember that it is a story, an act of God. Ones cannot forget that. Because in that act, that whole city was destroyed, and the only survivors were Lot, his wife, and his daughters. But of course, we know his wife, who was a Moabite, was trying to return, and she turned into salt. So once ones cannot explain away a Sodom and Gomorrah. Ones cannot reason it out. Ones cannot make excuses and say that was then, this is now. No, we have one God, and he has not changed then, and he's not going to change now to please Nona Ono. Good? Okay then. So it's important to know what you are listening to and where the message is coming from. A lot of people like to say, I got a message from God, and him tell me say I need to get this message out there. Okay. A lot of people are getting messages from the Creator, the Father, and they're saying it on social media like it's for real. Like this is for real. These special ones are the ones who are getting these messages, and I don't know, speaking tos, and he's telling me to, and even though that could just be psychological, because even myself, it's not that I'm being told to do anything when it comes to the Creator, but it's more like a knowing.
Hello, Moto.
Yeah, so I got interrupted just then. When you're getting a message, like I was saying, it's not that I'm getting messages, but it's more of me knowing what's expected, because I read scriptures, and I know, reading scriptures, you learn stuff, you gain knowledge and wisdom. So with me, it's more of a conscious awareness that the Father is all seeing and He's aware of everything we do. And I know where, all of that comes from. I can break that down and so forth and so forth. Good. So I myself have more of a spiritual relationship where I know that inwardly, whatever that voice is telling me, that is the voice I have to go by. Good? And that comes from the heart. So when the Creator communicates with us, it is through the heart. And I read that in scriptures also, because I read my Bible. That's the way He communicates to everyone, is through the heart. So when I say, be careful of the messages and the words that you're receiving and who you're following and who you admire and look up to. Because most of the time they like to say that they're of God and that they're leading you in the right direction, because we need change and we need to make a difference. And if we can come up with ideas and solutions to the problems that we're having in the world, oh, what a wonderful world this will be. It's time that we push forward. It's time for us to begin a revolution. Stand up, people, stand up. Let our voices be heard throughout the world. And we can do this together. We can, people. I'm not only here to motivate you, but to help find solutions to what's going on in our world. It's not them, it's us. So we have to unite and stick together and formulate solutions where we can grow strong as a people. So let's do this, people. Follow me. And let's see how great we all can be together. Words of motivation and empowerment. But you have to be careful who it's coming from. It has to come from the heart if it's coming from the Creator. As you can see, what I just did, right? As you can see, what I just did, that was just acting. That's not from the heart. That's just acting. Good. That's not from the heart. Well, I mean, where I'm concerned, what I'm doing or did is not from the heart. That's just acting and being convincing on the national board of comments on I'm a Rasta for life. Have a good evening and have a good weekend, and please be safe until we meet again.